Our capacity to acquire and remember new knowledge can be significantly improved by psychological mind tricks like chunking, active recall, and visualization. We can learn anything more quickly and effectively by employing these approaches to sharpen our focus, solidify our understanding, and boost our long-term memory. Here are 10 psychological mind tricks to learn anything fast. 1. Chunking. Chunking is a psychological trick that involves breaking down complex information into smaller, manageable pieces. This helps to reduce the cognitive load and make the information easier to process and recall. By chunking information, you are effectively grouping related pieces of information together, making it easier to understand and retain. The chunk size can vary depending on the material, but a good rule of thumb is to keep each chunk small enough to be easily remembered and processed, yet large enough to include enough detail to be meaningful. Chunking can be applied to any type of information, including text, numbers, and images. By breaking down complex information into smaller chunks, you can improve your ability to learn and remember new information quickly and effectively. 2. Active recall. Active recall is a powerful learning technique that involves testing yourself on the material you want to learn, actively recalling the information rather than passively reviewing it. This technique is based on the principle that retrieval practice is more effective than simple exposure to information. When you actively recall information, you engage with the material in a deeper and more meaningful way, which helps to consolidate your memory and improve your understanding of the material. Additionally, by testing yourself, you identify any gaps in your understanding and can focus your study efforts on the areas where you need the most improvement. There are several ways to implement active recall, including self-quizzing, flashcards, and written summaries. By incorporating active recall into your study routine, you can dramatically improve your ability to learn and retain new information. 3. Spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is a learning technique that involves spreading out your study sessions and revisiting the material at increasingly longer intervals. The idea behind this technique is that repetition is key to long-term memory consolidation, but that massed study, or cramming, is less effective. By spreading out your study sessions and revisiting the material at regular intervals, you reinforce the connections in your memory, making the information easier to recall later. Spaced repetition can be used with a variety of learning materials, including text, images, and audio. It's also possible to use spaced repetition tools, such as flashcards or mobile apps, which help you schedule and track your study sessions. By implementing spaced repetition into your study routine, you can improve your ability to learn and retain new information for the long term. 4. The Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro technique is a time management and productivity method that involves using timed intervals of focused study, interspersed with short breaks. The technique gets its name from the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that its inventor, Francesco Cirillo, used to track his study sessions. The Pomodoro technique involves setting a timer for a specific period of time, typically 25 minutes, and working on a specific task during that time without any distractions. After the 25-minute study session, you take a short break, typically 5 minutes, to rest and recharge. This process is repeated several times, with longer breaks taken after several Pomodoros. The Pomodoro technique helps to maintain focus and reduces boredom by breaking up your work into manageable, focused sessions and giving your mind a break from the task at hand. By using the Pomodoro method, you can improve your productivity and focus and get more done in less time. 5. The FEYNMAN technique. The FEYNMAN technique is a learning strategy that involves simplifying complex concepts by explaining them as if you were teaching them to a child. Named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman, this technique is based on the idea that if you can simplify a complex idea enough to explain it to a child, you have a deep understanding of the material. The Feynman technique involves writing down a concept or idea that you want to learn and then explaining it as simply as possible, using plain language and avoiding technical jargon. By doing this, you identify any areas of confusion or gaps in your understanding, allowing you to focus your study efforts on the areas where you need the most improvement. The Feynman technique is a powerful tool for improving your understanding of complex concepts and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from science and math to history and language. By using the FEYNMAN technique, you can improve your ability to learn and retain new information and achieve a deeper understanding of the material. 6. The Memory Palace. The Memory Palace is a mnemonic technique that involves creating a vivid mental image of a place you know well and associating pieces of information with specific locations within that place. This technique is based on the idea that the human brain is much better at remembering visual information than abstract information, and that by linking new information with a familiar place, you can improve your ability to recall that information later. To create a memory palace, you first choose a familiar place, such as your home or a well-known landmark, and then associate pieces of information with specific locations within that place. For example, you might associate a historical fact with a specific room in your home, or associate a vocabulary word with a specific location within a landmark. The more vivid and imaginative you can make your memory palace, the more effective it will be at helping you recall the information later. The Memory Palace is a powerful tool for improving your memory and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from history and languages to science and mathematics. 7. The Method of Loci. The method of loci is a mnemonic technique that is similar to the Memory Palace, but involves associating pieces of information with specific locations along a mental path or journey, rather than within a single location. This technique is based on the idea that the human brain is better at remembering information that is linked to a spatial context, and that by creating a mental journey and linking information to specific locations along that journey, you can improve your ability to recall that information later. To use the method of loci, you first create a mental journey, such as a path through your home or a walk through a park. Then, you associate pieces of information with specific locations along that journey. For example, you might associate a historical fact with a specific turn in the path, or associate a vocabulary word with a specific landmark along the way. The more vivid and imaginative you can make your mental journey, the more effective the method of loci will be at helping you recall the information later. The method of loci is a powerful tool for improving your memory and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from history and languages to science and mathematics. 8. The Keyword Method. The keyword method is a mnemonic technique that involves associating a keyword with the information you want to remember and creating an imaginative connection between the two. This technique is based on the idea that the human brain is better at remembering information that is linked to a concrete, meaningful image. To use the keyword method, you first choose a keyword that is similar in sound or meaning to the information you want to remember. Then, you create an imaginative connection between the keyword and the information using vivid and memorable images. For example, if you wanted to remember the word metamorphosis, you might associate it with the image of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. The more vivid and imaginative the connection you create, the more effective the keyword method will be at helping you recall the information later. The keyword method is a powerful tool for improving your memory and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from vocabulary and foreign languages to history and science. 9. Visualization. Visualization is a psychological technique that involves creating vivid mental images of the information you want to learn, making it easier to remember and recall. This technique is based on the idea that the human brain is better at remembering visual information than abstract information, and that by creating vivid, memorable images, you can improve your ability to recall the information later. To use visualization, you must first choose the information you want to learn, such as a historical event, a scientific concept, or a vocabulary word. Then, you create a mental image of that information using as much detail and imagination as possible. For example, if you wanted to remember the sequence of events in a historical battle, you might create a mental image of the battle as if you were watching it unfold in front of you. The more vivid and imaginative the images you create, the more effective visualization will be at helping you recall the information later. Visualization is a powerful tool for improving your memory and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from history and science to languages and math. 10. Self-quizzing. Self-quizzing is a psychological technique that involves asking yourself questions about the material you want to learn and actively seeking out the answers to help consolidate your understanding and memory. This technique is based on the idea that the process of retrieving information from memory can help to strengthen the memory trace, making it easier to recall later. To use self-quizzing, you first choose the material you want to learn, such as a historical event, a scientific concept, or a vocabulary word. Then, you ask yourself questions about the material, actively seeking out the answers. For example, you might ask yourself, what was the outcome of the Battle of Gettysburg? Or, what is the definition of photosynthesis? As you seek out the answers, you are strengthening the memory trace for that information, making it easier to recall later. Self-quizzing is a powerful tool for improving your memory and can be applied to a wide range of subjects, from history and science to languages and math. Thanks for watching Top Wise, and don't forget to subscribe because we have more amazing content coming every day.